Hi everybody, I'm Florida Trailblazer, exploring the history and wilderness of Florida. Today I'm out here deep in the wilderness and the green swamp, exploring near the Withlacoochee River. It's so beautiful out here. A lot of amazing scenery. And I'm right here along the river floodplain. And out here the water levels vary throughout the year. Certain times of year this whole area would be flooded out and I couldn't walk through here, so today I'm able to get closer to this part of the river, and there's some large cypress trees out here. Hiking my way towards one of them, see if I can get a good view of it. But long ago there was a lot of cypress trees along this river. Very large and old cypress trees, but sadly many of them were logged out during the logging era over 100 years ago. But some of them today can still be seen. I'm here by the river floodplain and you can see an old cypress tree there. The water levels are up right now. The tree trunk is really large. And when the water levels are lower, you can see a lot more of the trunk there. It's a really beautiful tree. What an amazing cypress tree there. Scenic little area here along the Withlacoochee River. Really enjoyed seeing that tree. And as I mentioned earlier, during some times of the year when the water levels were lower, you can see more of that tree exposed and get a true sense of how large it really is. Hiking further along the floodplain here, going to see if I can discover some more cypress trees. So right here appears to be an old logging tram. Goes right to the river. You see a lot of these logging trams in the green swamp. They make for great multi-use trails today. And it's really fun to just explore along them, see what you can discover. You see some really beautiful areas. I'm at this logging tram by the Withlacoochee River. Crossed over this area at one time. It's really beautiful here. And there was a bridge in this area. You can see the pilings over there in the river. We'll take a closer look if we can. You can see part of a piling here. Really peaceful area here along the river. Following this logging tram here, it connects into one of the multi-use trails. It's right up here. Hiking into this open area here. At one time this was a homestead and ranch. Just some of the layers of history out here in the green swamp. Some people coming here, out here camping, I think. Is there more people back there?
No, we're all we were supposed to be here from Thursday to Sunday, but it just got too bad raining.
Oh, okay.
Then they had that tornado warning last night. We had kids, so we actually went home. We didn't offer.
Oh, okay, cool, man. I'm just out here exploring around, and I didn't want to bother anybody out there camping, you know.
Not you been back there before?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Down the river? Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it back there.
Yeah, we caught a big ass bass out of that yesterday.
Awesome.
So yeah, kids had a good time, but yeah, it's just a blur, man. We're on the state campsite. It's raining this afternoon. It's good time.
Oh man, that's
Trying to enjoy vacation, but
I know. It's gonna cool down soon, man. It'll be beautiful out here.
What else? I get a vacation in 4 months anyway, so maybe February try again. We normally try different spots. We did the Green Swamp East and West, and we did another one down 98 last time. So I seen this one. So I actually like really fishing for kids. But we were out here 2 weeks ago. People actually work for this place. They were out here. There's 2 couples here that still work for these, and they said they don't keep these campsites like they're supposed to. They said only reason they got mowed in because they were coming out. We told them we come out a couple weeks ago. Be careful because we did get charged by a 6-foot gator. Oh wow! Like I said, they think people can feed them. I didn't see anything. I'm sure they're back here.
Oh yeah, man. I remember I came out here a while back and there was these owls out here, sunny owls.
Oh yeah, I heard them. We didn't see any. Yeah, we heard them for sure.
There's all kinds of wildlife.
We did see like 6 deer when we were going down the road. I kept camp. We seen an armadillo and a possum.
Awesome, man. I'll let you guys go. Good talking to you, man.
Yeah, go.
See you. People out here camping, enjoying the wilderness. We're gonna make our way back towards this area where they were coming from. There's some scenic areas by the river there. And sometimes if you're lucky, you can see some wildlife. I was talking to him about some owls I've seen out here before. They like to sit by the river, and he was mentioning some alligators he had heard about out here. Wow, just spectacular views out here along the Withlacoochee River. One of my favorite places to explore. In particular, in this area of the Green Swamp, because there's just so many spots like this where you can come out and truly experience the nature out here. And right over here by the river, there's a clearing with a primitive camping area, which is really nice as well. So here is part of the campsite. It's really nice. Plenty of space here. And many may not know that this used to be part of a homestead site at one time, this area here. Exploring further into the wilderness out here, going to see if we can discover some more cypress trees and experience some more of this beautiful nature out here. Found this overgrown path out here. I'm following it towards the river. And I'm going to call this the land of cypress because there's some beautiful cypress trees trying to reach out here. And hopefully it's not too wet and we can find some of these areas I can show all of you. This amazing part of Florida. When you're out here in these cypress swamps, feels like old Florida, natural Florida, the real Florida. And it's great to experience it and cherish it while we still have it, because many of these lands are disappearing all the time, being developed. And just like the logging area, a lot of these cypress trees were logged out, taken away. And that's a part of Florida history that is gone forever, but some of these cypress trees still remain out here. Enjoying the views out here, and you can see there's a lot of cypress trees out here, but the older ones are more hidden off into the woods. So I'm gonna search around this area. This must have been a logging tram at one time. Goes out there by the river area. Hiking through these swamp areas, and so far it's somewhat dry, and it's a little daunting though because I've had to go way off the beaten path, but it's great to be out in this area. You see some really beautiful sights. Should be getting close to one of these old cypress trees. Trying to be very watchful of wildlife, especially snakes in this area. Prime habitat. I'm not going to go that direction. I'm going to go around here. Getting deep into the woods out here, and you can see it's all wet in these areas, and sometimes it's dried out and you can get further back in there. I'm trying to reach a cypress tree somewhere in this direction. Well, a lot of the areas I'm trying to get into are flooded out. So I'm going to continue exploring around the woods though. You can see behind me there, all that water. I had to go through there to find some of the cypress trees I'm trying to reach. And normally I go through there, I wouldn't mind getting wet to find some of these areas, but you don't get to experience them in the best way possible when everything's all flooded out. Just like that cypress tree we saw earlier. how high the water levels were up around that tree. So you truly can't experience these trees when it's really wet like this. Nonetheless, I really enjoy coming out here, being in these wilderness areas. It's great to scout out these sections because I will be back to explore this area in the future when it's a little drier. I did see a snake back there as I was walking through these swamps. Just slithered in front of me there as I was walking by. Kind of spooked it. But have to be cautious of snakes out here in these areas. It's very wet and they like that sort of habitat, especially the water moccasins. Starting to rain out here. Feels good, it cools it off. I can hear some thunder in the distance, so there could be a storm approaching. I do see some breaks in the clouds. So right now mostly just scattered showers, and hopefully this will just pass over quickly.